All right, here we are. I think we're here. Is Gemma here?
Are we here?
We're
Can you hear
here.
me?
We did it. We're so good at this. Hello, everybody. Let me
Yay!
put up my standard advertisements where I say that things are happening. Boop, 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 boop. Copy it.
Oh my God, I'm getting a double chin. Why didn't no one tell me?
It's the same chin. It's just
No, there's two of them.
no.
Yes. Now, do you know what? This last holiday period, I put on a lot of weight. I enjoyed myself too much.
All fun is illegal. That's what I always
Well,
say.
and got to get back on the not just eating crap horse.
Not
So
just eat.
today I'm going to eat celeriac
Ooh,
fries. I don't
that's
like
celery root. You
celeriac.
don't like celeriac? Celery root's great. I
Really?
love
It's
that
just
stuff.
such a dull vegetable.
No, it's mellow and kind of rich, and it doesn't like you're right. Like
Mellow,
it's not
mellow.
exciting, but I
And you
I love
can't do that much with it. Like, I'm really struggling to find things to do with
it.
celeriac.
Celeriacs apparently. Celeriac fascinator. Welcome. Yeah, we're looking for things right here. I know if I don't like celeriac. If I don't like celeriac as our hot takes, we're getting a little chilled out with the hot takes this time around.
I don't
Um,
know, I think, okay, my favorite vegetable is definitely butternut squash. You can do a lot with butternut squash.
I don't.
You can do a lot with butternut squash. A lot.
Yeah, you know what the problem I have with butternut squash is people often just like drown it in butter. They just make it
Oh,
buttery.
no,
They make
you're
it
doing
very
it wrong.
buttery squash. Oh, here I can raise my light
Like,
level here now that the light's getting a
I
little weird.
things that I like doing is rather than having bread, having butternut squash instead. So like rather than an English muffin with your eggs Benedict,
Hmm.
butternut squash, amazing.
Okay.
Anything like any of those like Korean chicken wing recipes, replace it with butternut
Kabocha.
squash. It basically is like vegetable foie gras. Okay. Yeah, kabocha kissy. Okay, yeah, you may have one. I may like kabocha, Japanese
Kabocha's
pumpkin,
really
even
good.
more than butternut squash. I'm
Kabocha's
definitely in
really
that
good.
area of root vegetables though, and celeriac is not in my area. I do not like celeriac.
I like it in the right case. I'm in this zone where I'm avoiding anything Japanese right now
Ah, why
because I'm
would
gonna
that
be
be?
in Japan in well 2 days, 2.5 days. So I'll have
Two and a half days?
my
Jeez. Oh
fill
yeah.
of Japanese stuff once I'm there. So for now, I'm like I need to eat the most American garbage I can. Let's do this, and we're going for all the classic American foods.
Okay.
Um,
When you land, what's your first meal? What's your first meal in Japan?
in Japan, my first
Yeah.
I can tell you what my first meal in Japan is going to be a jumbo bar from the Famima right next to my hotel. That's the first thing I'm going to eat in Japan. That's what it's going to be because I'm going to get
Someone
off
who's
the
been to
plane.
Japan too many
I'm
times.
going to go there. I'm going to get to my hotel. I know the Family Mart right down the street. I know exactly where I'm staying.
Are you
So,
staying at that Appa?
yeah, I'm
The
staying
one
at,
I
at
like?
the Appa by Shinjuku that's away from
Oh,
Kabukicho,
that
so I
was
don't
the
have any more
best.
Kabukicho anymore.
Yeah. And there's a family mart right opposite, right?
Yeah. So I can go
Ah.
right there. I can get I'm probably gonna get just a jumbo bar and like some random thing from the Famima. I wonder how this is doing. Like McDonald's, Japan McDonald's is good. Japan McDonald's is great.
Yeah, yeah. They don't have McDonald's near there. Oh, you got if you walk towards Shinjuku, there's a McDonald's
Yeah.
on the left.
There's
Yeah,
also like is there a Wendy's? I could have sworn there was like a Wendy's around there. Let me look. The problem with is I want to look for things. Hold on, let's see. Appa
I
Hotel
mean,
Japan.
Wendy's is the worst of the American
You think?
takeouts in Japan, I'd say. No?
There's a Wendy's right near there. There's a Wendy's First Kitchen. First Kitchen sounds like a Star Wars tie-in.
Well,
But
you got to call it fucking, right? Because that's what they call
they
it.
call it fucking
Yeah, they call it take first and kitchen fucking,
fucking
fucking. Yeah.
yeah. Oh, fucking Wendy's.
I know
Great.
that. Yeah, I know the fucking Wendy's.
Fucking Wendy's. There's also this kebab place around Kabukicho that says like no kebab, no life. And that
Do you
was
know what?
cool. That
I'm
was good
okay with
because
that philosophy.
it was
Yeah.
open at all hours. That's what made it amazing. Is I was able to get like a 2 a.m. kebab from there. Is there a McDonald's nearby? There's got to be a McDonald's nearby.
There's a McDonald's from the Appa. You just go towards Shinjuku and there's one on the left.
No, there's not.
Is there not? I mean, they've shut a lot of McDonald's
Yeah, there's
down.
not anymore. I have to go
Oh
past.
my
No.
God.
You're right. You're right. I'm sorry. You're right. Yeah. It's there.
Okay.
It's there. It's just
Okay.
further in. It's further. It's past Shinjuku
It's further.
Junction.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What about Burger King? Is there a Burger King in the area? These are the important facts. There is a Burger King in the area. I'd have to go a little out of my way, but there is a Burger King. It says flame grilling since
You
1954
should
on it.
be eating the Moss Burger to
Ah,
be.
Moss Burger's real good. And right next to there is actually a freshness burger.
Yeah, Freshness Burger's good too. I think
Freshness
the
burger's
problem
pretty good.
is if you ever take Westerners to Moss Burger or Freshness, they're like, why is it so small?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's always my thought with those burgers. I'm not offended by it, but I'm always like, these are kind of tiny. But then you just get used to the fact that you're getting this little burger that you could really have as kind of almost a snack. Like it's really
I
not like
think
a big old giant meal. It's like, oh, neat.
exactly. They've taken it back to this as a snack, and also I just think their portion sizes are smarter.
Well, smaller for
Like
sure. Smarter, I'm not gonna
that's
say.
I don't know. I think like I feel like in the UK our portion size is starting to get more American.
Hmm.
I remember when I went to America with you, it was one of the first times, may have been the first time, and we stopped because we were driving from New York to Boston,
Oh
and they stopped at
yeah.
this McDonald's, and like the regular adult sized McDonald's was it 9 chicken nuggets or something?
Yeah, it was for an adult. It was
And
enough
I
food
was
for an
like,
adult. That's what it was. Oh, now I'm gonna
and so I
send
ended
this
up
to my
getting
group chat
the
here. Real quick.
kids'
I'll send
chicken
it to
nugget
you.
meal because that was 6 nuggets. 6 nuggets is enough nuggets for a grown adult. So I ordered myself a kids' happy meal, and I had what I considered in the UK to be an adult size meal, and that was a oh my god! And the size of the drinks, like how much soda can you can't even store that much soda in your body.
Yeah, you can't. You train for this. I mean, look at the sumo. I was just reading about sumo wrestlers and what they eat.
Oh, I know, but
I mean,
they
to be
they
fair, they're
do they
burning
train to
those
eat that
calories
much. Yeah.
constantly. Like they're training all day. So like, you think it's they eat a lot, but it's like they eat 10,000 calories a day, but at the same time they're training all day, like literally all day. So it's like they're burning them too.
They're also huge, like
Yeah,
huge, huge,
yeah, they're,
huge.
they're big dudes, but it's like
Oh,
they're
and they die very young. Like it's
yeah
not a healthy lifestyle, and
because they're too
they're
strong for
drinking
it
the
as well.
beer as well,
But like if
and
I ate
also
that many
getting horribly
calories a
abused
day,
by people.
I would for sure be fat, incredibly
I,
fat.
I, I may have eaten 10,000 calories a day over the last month. Some of it, I'll admit, was just pure stress eating because I
That's
find
not
holidays
unusual to
quite
believe.
stressful now.
A lot of peer pressure in
But
the sumo community.
yeah, oh yeah, and then uh, and then some of it was like, oh yes, it's Christmas. I better eat all the delicious food.
It was a Godzilla. I let me find out about this. Let me find out about this. There is a cheese volcano.
Oh, that you should get that, and send pictures because I'm very curious about that. I thought that we'd reached the limits of where we could put cheese on a pizza once they stuffed it into the crust, but I was wrong.
Okay, hold on, hold on. It looks like I'm gonna bring this over to a window that I can share. This Godzilla burger information here. It's got
Okay.
an announce. Hold on, I'm gonna bring this up so everyone can see. There's nothing private here, I don't think, except for the fact that there are ads on the page. Boop. So it looks like these three burgers down here are the Godzilla burgers.
Okay.
They come in special wrappers, it looks like. But these are three fitting on a plate. How big could these be? If
They're
three of
not
them
that
fit on a
big.
plate.
They're not that
How
big.
real? Come on, man. Come on. Don't tease me like this.
But they're doubles, therefore, right?
They don't have a smooth bottom. They're contoured to evoke memories of God's memories, my personal memories of
Is that what the skin of
Godzilla's
Godzilla feels
scaly
like?
hide. Yeah, which turns out to be an appealing aesthetic. Each is heartier.
Ooh,
First up,
cheese double
cheese
teriyaki.
double
Oh, that does
teriyaki.
sound good.
Ooh, that does actually sound really good.
Oh, I want that. I want that. I want that.
When combined with the
Mm.
mayo, it almost tastes like eating okonomiyaki. Delicious, spicy,
Oh,
thick-cut beef and rough chopped potato Godzilla burger. Oh, so it's
rough
like a
chop.
burger
That's
with a
just a
hash
hash
brown. Yeah, it's a
brown.
burger with a hash brown in it.
Rough chopped potato.
The
That's a nice way to call it.
umakata spicy mayonnaise, which is remarkably fiery. Okay. And the patty of potato. We worried this would be a soft square so it's fried up to a nice crispy consistency. Okay. And the smoky pepper chicken Godzilla burger, which comes out with mustard and black pepper and sliced onions in the sauce. It's got cheese and bacon on it. Felt the most refined out of the three. They're on sale for a limited time, and they appeared 3 days ago, which means I
Oh,
can
you're
for
right. Yeah,
sure
okay.
get one. I can for sure get one.
I'm so jealous, Dave. I want to go to Japan. I don't want to be here. I want to go to Japan.
All
I
right, tickets
am.
are cheap. Want to go fun?
I
Want to go to
did. I
Japan?
did hear that it started snowing in Tokyo.
Did it really?
It did. I think today it was snowing in Tokyo. So, um, Yeah, good luck with the trains if it snows, because last time I was on a train, it was like, and it was snowing. I kid you not, it wasn't much snow. It wasn't like the snow you get in New York. It was just like a smattering of snow, and the train was just stopped for
Hmm.
45 minutes. So yeah.
Sorry, I got a spam text trying to
Yeah,
teach me how.
Dave is quiet
Dave
or
is quiet.
Gemma is
I
loud.
think Dave might be quiet. I've been noticing my mic is a little quieter than usual, and maybe that's because it's further from me than usual. I'm gonna bring it closer to me, and maybe that'll help. I usually keep it a little close, so I can also maybe up the gain. I don't want to mess too much with the gain. Maybe I can just up this a little bit. Hopefully that helps. I don't want to get too loud. For a while I was really loud on my mic, and so I wanted to not go too nuts. But hopefully this is a little better. Don't know. Sound balance.
I'll let
It's
the
part of our
kids. I'll
lives.
let the kids. Have you done any mahjong this week, Dave? In
Mm,
preparation for going to Japan, or
I
have
mean,
you
yes
been?
and no. I've been playing. I played a bunch in person. We played a good game last night with some folks.
Mm.
I haven't been playing much online, but that's just me. It's been a lot of planning, a lot of talking to people, a lot of planning, a lot of booking events, a lot of coming up with schemes. Starting to build out structures for some of our leagues. Like all these things are kind of coming together, and I'm hoping that post Japan we can do a really strong launch into this year.
But are you going to play mahjong in Japan?
I got to. How can I not?
Are you going to go to the dojo, the
I gotta go to
JPMR
the dojo.
dojo?
I can't not show up at the
Yeah,
dojo. It's gonna
yeah.
be the worst because I'm gonna be so out of shape, and everyone's just gonna beat me, and they'll be like, "Wow, you're a dumb idiot," and I'll be like, "Yeah,
Yup.
yeah, yup, yup. That's for sure me. That's for sure me right now." But it'll be good. I think it'll be a lot of fun.
Oh, I love the
Um,
dojo. I miss it. Gosh.
yeah, like it'll. I mean, I'm fortunate. That's the other thing. Like, I'm a little fortunate because I have all these wonderful people here at home to play with, and that means that
And Dave has God knows how many auto tables now at
God
his
does know, and it, the
disposal.
answer's the answer's six. Um,
God smiled on you and bestowed you with six auto
so yeah, just out of
tables.
nowhere, God Himself was just like, "Here are six auto tables." But I mean, it's because I get to play in person with a lot of people who are very good and very quick. So it's not like I'm in that world where it's like there's no gameplay I get that's at all similar to being in the dojo,
Mm,
which is like it's rough when you only have hand shuffle tables. You're only teaching new people, and like it's good to teach new people, but they're slow and they're not really playing at high strategy level because they're new, which is fine. But like it's also nice to play a really fast, good game with good people, which I got to do last night, which was super great. And I've been getting to do pretty regularly, which is super great. So, like, I'm at least vaguely in it to win it. But the problem is really the mental. The problem is that when you go to the dojo, everyone there is playing in, like, the dojo meta. And I'm not
mm,
down with that meta right now. And
mm.
everyone there is much more playing like Gemma, where they're sitting around being like, what am I going to do to tune my weight so that it's the tile someone might ever think is safe and throw out?
I thought you were mean like they're all just folding
They're all
constantly.
just
'Cause
folding. No, no, no.
no,
It's that.
they
It's
don't
that.
fold much, do they, in the dojo? I will say
They
that.
don't fold that much. They don't fold that
No.
much, but they are really crafty with their weights,
Yes.
and that is something that I am going to get blindsided by. I am sure. Well, I guess it's not blindsided if I'm saying it's going to happen, but that's something that like I am not in practice with for sure.
I think it is
Pardon
difficult
me.
to start second. It becomes like those manga, right? Where you do that weird thing where you're in their heads for like 20 pages and
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
trying to like second
Well,
guess what everyone else is doing.
it's part of the fundamentals of Mahjong. Like you're not gonna know, so I can be like, well, what if they have this, and what if they have this, and what if
Mm,
they have this, and there are very few cases short of like a hard safe that I can rule out anything that can happen with a tile.
mm.
Um, that three call fake Onitsu, yes, the three call fake Onitsu.
No, see, that's a classic. That's people who play in like the JPML circle. That is the classic. And I used to say when Dave played Ron Ron, I was like,
Oh no.
it'll look like a flush. It is not a flush. Like they do it all the time.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm, mm. Well, it's kind of again a flush is one of those mental traps. When I think you're doing a flush,
Yeah.
if you can get away with tricking me into a flush,
Oh,
like
Aqua says I'm the loud one.
you're the we're about we should be about the same now. I hope. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I'll turn Gemma further down.
Someone must have solved this problem of getting two people in two different locations to be on the same
I
stream.
wish someone interesting. What if I do
More
this?
gain for Dave. More gain for
What
Dave,
if I do
please.
this? Is it effectively? I have no idea. I have no idea what the like. I have Gemma's audio turned down. Where's my gain? How can I give myself more gain? That's oh wow. No, my gain is like incredibly low, so maybe that helps. It's not that far. It's like the microphone's like 3 or 4 inches from my face, so
That's
maybe that helps.
better.
Maybe my gain got
There you
bumped
go.
down.
Ah, there
You
you
know, I
go.
might have done this while I was recording something
Mm.
else. That might be what happened. That I was
Thanks,
recording something
guys.
and I turned the
You
gain
can turn the
down.
TV down at Aqua. You don't need me to
Yeah,
like
hopefully, hopefully.
cause an earthquake in the UK for my.
Yeah, that was like
You should
unnaturally
fold.
low. You should fold. Anyway, technical difficulties aside, yeah, I'm not bursting up into the red, which is good. I don't understand the audio. Dave's ASMR. Yes, that's what I do with Dave's ASMR. I don't know why the audio works the way it
I
does.
would
It's
love
very
it if
strange to
Dave did
me.
an ASMR stream.
Oh God,
He
no!
should
Please,
he
no,
just
no,
I just want him
no.
to mutter what he thinks about his hand. Oh my god, this is
Oh my
garbage.
God, this is such
Absolute
garbage.
garbage.
You guys, have you seen this hand? It's really freaking bad. Can't believe these tiles are in front of me, and I'm not getting
Every
anything
time
good.
we
And
to
every time
fold
I'm
this, I'm
getting,
not gonna fold it. She's wrong.
ugh, that game last night, I kept getting hands where it's like, it would be like if I got these 3 very specific draws, it would be
Mm,
great, and then you just
mm.
never ever get them. And there
Oh
was
man,
another
I'm.
hand, I was dealt an Ishan 10 hand, and I'm like,
Ooh.
how awesome. And then I sat there not drawing any of the 5 tiles I needed to get Tenpai properly, like for 8 discards. And then on the 9th discard, I discarded the tile that gave me the worst possible weight. And I'm just like, come
Yeah, I don't
on.
know. I've been playing some really bad, and I'm going to put it down to the fact that I ate too much food over Christmas. Because you remember December, I played a really great month for Mahjong, and this month, miserable as hell. But it's not even. I think I had this conversation before where I'm not dropping dramatically. I'm just plateauing. The
Yeah.
most frustrating of the problems to solve. You like if you're just crashing, well, you're obviously making big problems. Big problems are easy to find.
Yeah.
Small problems are hard to identify.
It's real frustrating. I had one of those games last night where it was like nothing good happened,
Hmm.
but I wasn't like exploding or dealing in like a crazy. It just didn't go.
Yeah,
And it's
I mean,
hard
you
to know what
can't
to do
judge
about
yourself by
that.
one
Yeah.
game. You can't judge yourself by one
Yeah. Oh,
game.
I can. It was terrible. I also had 4 dealer continuances, all of which were like went to Tenpai no Ten,
Ooh.
and in many of which I reached. So like there were
Mm.
4,000. Like by the end of that deal, I had actually managed to, I think I won like one of them. I managed to claw my way from like 16K back up to 26K, which was good. But there were 4,000 points on the table,
Okay,
3,000 of which were mine. But because I was Tenpai, I got like, it was like free reach. It was
but
nuts.
so I have a question. When you are Tenpai no Ten,
Yeah,
are other people reaching, or are other people getting to Tenpai when you as dealer have reached?
a little of both.
Because that would concern me if that was happening multiple times. I was the dealer and people were still pushing themselves into Tenpai despite the fact I'd reached. I'd have concerns that for some reason I didn't have the gravitas on the table as dealer to
Oh,
make
yeah,
people
I did have
change the
two
way they played.
Suanko Tenpais. That's true, actually. That's true. Both of which were my fine
Uh,
associate.
okay. I mean, that kind of Tenpai people are going to do regardless of whether
Well, no,
you've
that
reached.
was in the early game. Both of those were my fine associate Christine who did that.
Oh, really?
Christine got herself the Suanko
Well
Tenpai
done,
like twice.
Christine.
Yeah, and she's
It's
like, I hate
always
this
someone.
game. I'm so bad at this game. I can't do anything.
Well, she didn't win it, so yeah, she does
It's
hate
true.
the
It's
game.
true. She didn't win it, so she sucked. But yeah, it was a little nuts. It was a little nuts. It was really intense because yeah, it's like everyone was just effectively because several of those dealer reaches were just bad weights. It was just
Hmm.
like I got to do something. Oh, you're right. Alon had one. Yeah, Alon had that one. He was like, I have to hold this. It sucked, and I have to hold it. Um, but like all those times, it's like I'm dealer. I'm down. I gotta get points. I gotta reach this because I gotta go. It's not a great weight, but I'm gonna play it. And then over the course of the rest of the hand, people were folding. It's not that people were just ignoring me. The other players were for sure trying to avoid it, but were also able to get to Tenpai because as time went on, especially with a bad weight, the safe path got big enough that they were able to get to Tenpai, which is good play on their part. It's exactly what they're supposed to do.
Hmm.
So what is this game? You sent me a game.
So I have sent you. So the Junk and Run UK channel was so inspired by America's Armor League that
Uh
we
huh.
decided. Can you say Armor League? I feel like I'm saying pin
Armor
number,
League
and
is
I
a little
hate.
redundant. I would just say Armor.
Yeah,
It's
it's like saying
inspired
pin
by
number.
Armor.
So yeah. Okay. For those who don't understand, the American Reaching Mahjong League in America, they have an online league, and my server, my UK based server, was inspired by it,
Mhm.
and we decided to set up our own. And this is the first game from that I played in.
Ah.
I haven't done the review myself. I
Oh,
did
so
play
we
quite
get to
well,
watch
I will say,
Gemma's.
but geez, do you know what? I forgot how. I don't know how I forgot, but no, you always know, but then the impact, I think you kind of forget the impact. Like when you're playing and you're really concentrating and you're really, really in it, like just the sheer exhaustion afterwards. It's
It's a
like
lot. It's a
stamina,
lot.
right? You need
Yeah,
the
yeah.
stamina to get through it.
Ermel. Ermel.
I think we should call it Janken Run League because it's not strictly UK.
What about
I mean, we
Ukramel?
are UK based, but we're not the UK Mahjong Association, so
You
we're not
could
going to
be if you
step on
just
their
say you
toes.
are. Just be like, that's us.
No, those are already a UK Mahjong Association.
Yeah, Ukramel.
Okay. Anyway, we're
I
not
like
doing
that
that.
better.
We played. Janken Run has been our thing for a decade now. Jeez, yeah, yeah. Until we can find some wordplay that's rude, I still want to find some sort of wordplay on CUNT because that will really
Oh
upset everyone
no,
who's not
that'll upset
British.
me. You're not supposed to use many alternative names. So this looks like a good start for you, though.
Yeah.
I'd be happy with this. I'm not the dealer. That makes me happy. I got some decent shapes. Yeah, I got a Dora.
Yeah.
I don't really like
I
that,
mean,
but
and
it's not that
I
dangerous.
could do the sneaky. It's not a flush.
Yeah, yeah, you could do the sneaky, aggressive, maybe a flush call. Oh, well, yeah, you're fine. You're fine. Everything's going good for you now. Congratulations. You got your pair of the Dora. So now you can either go for the real flush or just Chundora 3
So
anything you want.
I'm back to my point. To play good mahjong, you have to just draw the right tiles. That's the strategy here.
So we drop the 9 pin. The 7 man we just throw it out of. We are, yeah, you are thinking flush here because you're not throwing the south of the Haku at all.
No, I mean, not at this stage, right?
Hots get snagged by the dealer, which is a little alarming. East is meaningless. South is now meaningless, so you keep the west. You don't pong the 8, so. You throw the west, though. Okay, okay. I would have ponged that 8, so maybe.
No, I don't think so, because then I've got that 9 on the edge, because it was just 8,
Hmm.
9 at that point. So it doesn't actually clear up my
He
shapes.
chief 5, 6, 7. Okay, so you're keeping the 8s and the 9s and the chun, and you just want to call this out.
Hmm. Now I'm committed, right?
Yeah, yeah, so. But, oh no, the dealer! The dealer snagged this 4-man only. Wait, what a. Why
It's a
would the.
good move by the dealer, I think. It's a great move by the dealer. It's not very visible, and they get to keep their dealership.
Hmm. I see. They were looking at a 3-4-5 Sanchoku, but when they actually got Tenpai, they were like, okay, let's just keep it.
Yeah.
The 7 didn't help them. The 3 didn't help them because I guess they figured the 4 weight was fine. And if they throw the 3-5, it does look like there's nothing in there to worry about.
Hmm.
And you have to throw the 4 right in. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And they can easily upgrade their weight here.
Yeah, they could upgrade it. They didn't give up
Hmm.
any chance to. The only thing they theoretically missed was this 4-so, but like
Oh no. How you gonna no, you're not gonna keep that for your
no,
to find
I
your
can't I
pet.
can't
No,
see
no,
my
no, no,
way
no.
to making that happen. That's reasonable. So, yeah. Nice. Nice, nice,
Hmm.
nice. Get rid of hand view. Disappointing for you, but
No,
all right.
yeah. I played it as it was gonna happen, so
Another 2 Dora
it
hand because of course you have 2 Dora every time.
is the way to play. I can highly recommend it.
And we just throw the 9 because we're never going to want to flatten out into 7 8 9 because we already have 2 Dora. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Keep the 3, throw the east, but dealer gets the east. You keep helping our beloved dealer. Now we
I
have
can't
3
remember
4
who
5
was on the
6.
left now, but those people should thank me. I expect a beer next time I
2
see
3
you.
4 5 6 and Pong. Oh dear. All right, now we're in a
I
dangerous place here with 2 calls from the dealer. Wait, they just from their hand put out a hots. You're throwing out the ones. I could see getting rid of these ones because this is Tanyawable. And
I
now
think if I get the 2 as well, it's not a bad situation.
a reach from across. So you're pushing though. You're throwing the 1 here.
Hmm.
This is not folding.
I mean, I don't have much to fold with here. Just the 2 bamboo, and where do I
Yeah.
go after that?
4 comes out, so this 1 is actually a justifiable call. And also
Hmm.
helps your hand, so hey. So now you're Ishan 10 as well. Oof. Okay, so we don't want to throw the 5. We don't want to throw the 2, so we throw the 3 out of our pair, which is
No, my pair's the sevens
Oh,
now.
yeah, your pair's a 7. Okay, so we throw 3-4 to have 3-4, and then we're still Ish on 10. Okay, yes, 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 yes. I guess you now can't take an extra Dora, but who cares?
I mean, the 3-pin is not safe. It's really not safe, but
No. Now you know the
I'm
2
not.
man is safe if you have to trim this side.
Hmm.
All those 5s have come out.
I mean, I am thinking 2, 3, 4 Sandshocker here, right? So,
Okay, so now you take the Dama Pinfu on
yeah.
2-5, but 5 is dead, so it's on 2-pin only. Because you could upgrade to Tanyao, and you could. I'm a little surprised.
Hmm.
Nah, it's too much greed. Knowing that this has to be 2-3-4, you
Hmm.
could have gotten greedy and thrown the 5 man
No,
and
I
two
think
three
that,
four two
yeah.
three four and tried to lock in with the upgrade. But like at the same time, the 2 is hard safe.
I,
It's
the 5 man,
probably not worth. Ooh.
and the 5 man is so close to the Dora, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's
I
probably
can't,
not
you know,
worth
I
that.
can't throw that. I have to. I mean, yeah, I've reduced my value a little bit. I mean,
Yeah,
the argument here is, do you reach? And I think I've
I
made my
might have.
point that I wouldn't have reached. Because I'll tell you why I didn't want to reach.
Hmm.
Because the 5s are all dead. I'm only waiting on the
Yeah, 5
2s.
man could feed dealer from exactly. Like you just
So
don't want to.
what I
It's
yeah, what
dangerous.
I want to change it. I'm prepared to throw that 3, 4 pin out to try and find a better weight.
Hmm. Okay. That's fair. I might reach here because 2 players have put themselves in a dangerous position, and I want to make them think. But the
But
dealer's probably not
I
going to
think
slow down
people
at
will
this
throw
point.
the 2 pin out because they'll see all the
Yeah.
5 pins. They'll see that 3s are coming out. They'll see that the 1s are coming out, and they'll think the 2 pin's safe.
Hmm.
So it's either Dama or it's a sort of Dama slash hope to be able to push this into something tastier. Like maybe I'll get a 4 pin.
Yeah, and you get it.
Maybe I'll get another 7 man. You
You
know?
got yeah, another 7 man would be pretty sick.
Yeah.
But you got the 2 pin right away because I guess the player to the right's going, 5 safe. I got nothing else. Let's suit you over to
Yeah,
2, which
and
is
you
a
look at
reasonable
my
play.
discards, you know, like a 2 man, no one's going to think, oh, she's doing something, you know,
Yeah,
no one's going to assume I've got to tempo at this point, right?
true. And here you are, 3,900 becomes 4,200 becomes 5,200 because of one Homba and the reach,
Hmm.
and that launches you into first place to start your dealership, which is a pretty nice set of tiles right
I
here. You
mean,
got three, four,
launch.
five,
It's
four,
not a
five,
very
six.
big. Oh, no,
Launches
this
you, launches you.
there's no Dora, so I must have been asleep when I drew these tiles.
Has someone gotten the door? Give me 1 second. I have to check on that.
Oh, sure, no worries. Yeah, 5 man could have fed the dealer from Mangan. Dave, you didn't mute yourself then. We heard you shout at your poor
No, you didn't.
housemates.
You're listening from a different mic than the stream listens from,
Oh, okay.
because
I heard
when
Dave shout at his
yeah,
poor housemates. Fair
because
enough.
when I wasn't shouting, it wasn't an angry shout, but when it's silly, but we found that when Skype also listens to this mic, it tries to control it, and that's what was causing the weird like
Uh,
volume stutters. So I have you on a separate Gemma only microphone. It's a private Gemma mic.
thanks,
Um,
Skype.
yeah, it's the worst. All right, so we'll throw out the 9. What are we doing here? We got in the now we got our double east. That's great. South comes out. Kill the hots, keep the A for a 7-8-9. This hand's already coming together pretty good. Haku we don't
I
care
really want to
about.
call those easts, though, don't I?
Yeah. We throw the 2 man, keep 2, 3, 4, 5 pin, which makes sense. Ugh, player cross reaches again. The second time they've been able to reach so quickly.
Mm.
Um, and you throw the 6 man because the 6 man is hard safe and also is kind of a solo tile. It's much more of a maybe I get a Dora insurance tile anyway than something you need for your hand. You got your pair of 8s, so you could call. You're Ishan. You're Ishan 10. Like you're getting pretty close to the point where calling those east would be a valid lunge.
No, I think
Ooh.
I'd have called the easts immediately. That there's nothing that would have stopped me from calling those easts as
Hmm.
dealer.
Oh well, pretty quick. Player cross
Mm.
finishes their hand. Ooh, 7 pin 7 so weight. So not the prettiest weight. But they get reach Dora. They shut you down preemptively
Yeah.
and pull themselves up into second place.
I mean, it's a lot of small hands at the moment, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Everyone's being kind of a little knifey here. All right. Well, that's a shame because that looked like it was going to be your exciting dealer hand. Um,
hi, Ricky.
hello, Reki. We have all right. Good first draw. We complete our 4, 5, 6. This hand doesn't have any immediate. Doesn't drive passion in me,
No, I
but
just
it
have
doesn't
a
seem
Dora
bad.
though.
It's fine. Like east immediately out to player west. So now you get another. Oh, now you get another 4. Look, here we go. 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6. Now we're making it happen. So cool. We get rid of our west. Another Dora. That's actually kind of cool because now we can get into like Tanya Dora 2 again. All right, this hand's shaping up.
Yeah, just a few good
Another,
draws.
yet
That's all we
another
need.
Dora. Okay, that's even better. So now we could end up, if we keep this 8-8-9 shape, we could end up with like a 9-7 weight, which would be really interesting.
Yeah.
Um, 6-man, we just
I
chuck. I don't know if I would have thrown that. I might have thrown that north. Maybe you're holding on to the north as like a
Well, I
safe
found the
hold.
eight bamboo. I found the 8-man already, so I don't want to get myself into an awkward 30-10 situation here.
I hate
So
this structure.
now, but now I'm committing to Tanya
Yeah, I hate 2,
because
4, 5, 6, 8. I hate
yeah,
it. I hate
I'm
those
okay with it.
structures.
I'm more worried if I get the 7 and then I become 30-10. But it's to me, this is a. I mean, it's manga. Open Tanya 3 Dora is manga.
There was your pair though for the 9s, which is a shame. The 3s are now dead. The 3 pins and 3 so's are both now dead. Oh, geez. All right, everyone goes on a bit of a rampage. Whoa. Okay, so what do we do here? I'm
That's a
imagining
good
we probably cut
question.
the two pin
I don't.
because the 3 pins are
Yeah,
dead.
yeah,
The 4 pins could be our pairs. We can go 4. We could get a 7 pin in here to complete things, but
yeah.
ooh,
It's
instead we cut the
relative.
2 so, which also makes sense because that
That's
3
3
so is not
bamboo.
coming.
Oh, maybe I'm holding the 2 pin just a little longer because it's fairly safe.
It's hard safe on. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh no! How disappointing! You now have the pair of Norths, which kind of cuts off your Tanyo ambitions,
I know, right?
but does leave you Ishan 10 if you get the last 3 pin
I'm
or another
Tenpai
2
here.
pin. Wait. Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. You're Tenpai on the 3 pin, but you can't actually.
I can't actually do it unless I draw it.
Yeah. Which you're just holding this Tenpai. Oh no! What an awkward spot to be in. Although, although the one thing that you can do is you can rob that con. If West tries to con that 3 pin, you can rob that con. So that's kind of cool.
I could do that.
Ooh,
Or, if
Dora out.
if left drops the 4 pin or the 7 pin, I'm gonna call it
Hmm. But then
because
how?
the North fours are more likely to come out because I mean the fours are if it's a 4 pin, the
Oh,
fours
you're
are dead.
north. You're right. You're north. So the
Yeah,
third
I'm
north was
North.
is
Yeah,
Yakuhai for you.
yeah.
Hello, Kalatengu. So yeah.
Hi.
So you can get there if you need to. But instead you just hard sumo it?
Now 3 pin is my lucky tile. I am gonna say that now.
Oh,
3 pin
jeez.
always treats me well.
It's just Sumo Dora 3,
It's
Mangan.
just Sumo Dora
Just
free.
Sumo Dora 3. Well, if it wasn't for that Dora, this would be a sad sumo. Now
It would be a sad sumo, but it's
the
not.
question becomes we will do this because we are the type of people who will allow this. We can chase rabbits and see what would you have gotten if you reached. Nothing. The Ura was nothing.
No.
Okay.
I can't reach this nonsense.
Well, where was everyone else also? How aggressive were these? Okay. So, wow. Wow. Okay. So, yeah, I don't blame. West was rushing, but they got where they needed to go.
Wow, yeah.
South was woof, 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 woof. Toy Toy, Half Flush, Haku. Um,
Yeah, everyone is making it happen, huh? But they're all waiting on the same tiles. So, and
no, it's
where are
1-4-6-9.
where are the yeah, I mean, sorry. So the sorry, left and right are waiting on the 6 and the
Does
9.
Tenho give an
Where are the
amateur
6 and the 9s?
diploma? I don't believe Tenho gives any kind of diploma or like certification like that, to my understanding.
I think if you get to the very top room, you're considered like a professional. Like I forget what top room, whatever it's called,
Is it Tengoku?
Hoi or something.
Oh, yeah, Hoi is what they call it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is yeah. These guys are waiting on the same thing, and they're both waiting on the 6-9. This guy, I mean, this is so all green is so possible. No, it's not that possible.
No,
But
it's
like,
not. No,
it's
not with
it's
all those white
closer than many
dragons.
hands, but it's not like there.
No, no, you're not going for it.
So now it's already East Fourth. Oh, and now still it's East Fourth. You've got your Easts, you've got your Chuns, you're good. You're just yeah, you're having an easy time of it here. Everything's going your way right now because you're just getting all the draws you want.
This is how I play good mahjong, and it's frustrating because when I don't get the good draws, somehow it all goes wrong.
Yeah. We got a one
That's a
so, we got a
Doris,
5
nice.
pin. Oh yeah, we got Dora in. We got the 9. We got the Dora as part of a set. That's fine. We'll throw the 5 because we have 3, 5, 6, 8, 9. I guess we're close to a flush now.
I'm not going to do flush.
You could.
I'm not, because there's a
You call
Dora
it ace.
there.
Yeah, but flush is
Crazy
worth 2.
person.
Dora's worth 1.
Doesn't matter. I'm not going to throw a Dora and let someone take it.
Now you got your 5, 6, 7. So now you're Ishan 10. 5, 5, 6, 7. 5 gets pwned. Oh, player. Our dealer's going real aggressive here.
Well, there's Elo. Why not? Of course they're going aggressive.
Oof. And they snag it for just hots. Okay.
It's not a problem.
Not good that they shut you down, but like, it's not a big deal. They went fast. They just got hots. They just slam dunked it to get it done. All right. Well, that brings them up to 31-1 to you at 41. This is not the worst.
It's awkward though, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's the first draw. The first draw is 7. You got the 7-8 set, which is good. So we're going to keep the 4. I guess we're going to keep 1, 2, 4, 4, 5 because we have this pair of 4s. We have 1, 2, 3. We have 7, 8. So if we get this 3, we're at a really nice Ishan 10.
I'm half thinking in my head, obviously 1, 2, 3, or 2, 3, 4 Sandshocker.
Yeah.
That's the person I am.
It's value, but right now everything coming through is not good for us. We got our 7, 8, 9 complete, so we drop the 4. Okay, that'll leave us Tenpai on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The only thing that I think about here, although the fact that this player just dropped 2 5-pins without caring is a little distressing. Because I'm thinking of like Itsu is possible here.
I am distressed. I'm not gonna lie.
But like every time I've thought about Itsu lately, it's never happened. I'm not in an Itsu mood. I want to like Itsu, but I can't. Oy. All right, so North player reaches. Oh man, look at that. We're so close to this Itsu, but we have other things in our hand that are very worrisome. So what do we do here?
I don't think there's a clear answer. And because there's not a clear answer, I think I should just do what I feel.
What do you feel?
Probably just throw 3 bamboo. I guess I could throw the 1 man.
Yeah, I mean, there's a 9-pin is something I would consider.
I mean, if you're going to do that, just throw the 8-pin.
Oh, you just got the 6.
I know, but I don't know. I feel like it's not really safe, is it, the 9-pin?
No. But neither is the 1 man. Neither is the 3.
No, but I said that's what I'm saying. You're just kind of shooting fish in a barrel here, so.
Oh, you
whatever.
did what I thought. Ha! Look at that.
Oh, there you go, Gemma.
You walked it over by 1. 9 pins now safe. Oh, now we have. Oh no, this would have been so good for your hand if you didn't do that. So, but now you just throw the 8 because you're. I think you're just like, I'm done here.
Yeah.
I think you've decided you're done here. 2 pins and 8 pins coming out. 2 so comes out. 2 pin. Yeah, you're done here. You have no interest in continuing with this.
Oh yeah, I'm just pulling it apart now. Okay, well done, Gemma. Well done.
3 2s are out. So the 1 pin comes out, but our dealer calls. Our dealer is not backing down. So this is actually a little interesting. I guess with all the 4s dead, the 3 feels much safer because 4 is completely dead.
And I can see 2 2s and I can see 2 1s. It's not safe, but
it's not hard safe, but it's like there's good evidence there that the 3 is fine.
I mean, yeah, I'm divining from nothing now, right? The pins are no longer safe.
Look at this cool Cheetoy that you could have now.
So Cheetoy is the defense Yaku, and I don't think people use it for that. They tend to push it where they maybe should be pushing Toy. Oh, look, 2 mana safe now, nice.
But that's fine because you are still keeping Cheetoy open, which is actually very interesting.
No, that's why it's a nice defense Yaku, right?
Oh, but you missed the pair of 2s you would have just got.
So I'm not thinking like that. In my brain, I'm thinking yes, and I've just drawn another safe tile.
Yeah. That's the benefit. Like you did like whiffing a pair is always frustrating when you're playing for Cheetoy, but like it's a hard save. So like okay, I get another hard save. Fine. There's no stress there. 4 is now hard safe, so you throw the 4, keep the west.
And the 1 is looking safer now because I can see 3 2s.
Well, the 1's now entirely safe, so you go. Yeah, you are folding here. You're not even playing for Cheetoy. You're just folding.
Yeah.
Which is fine. The 8 is.
The 8 is the Dora, of course they call it.
Yeah, wait. Why would you throw the Dora?
Because it just come out. from CSUN.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. See something I didn't see because it gets pulled over. Yeah, see
Yeah.
something through the door. See
I mean,
through the
it's not
door.
brutally safe, but you know.
Throw the hots as it comes out. 3-pin is now very hard safe for you. You throw the north. They're all safe forever.
Yeah.
Dealer called to be Tempai. Sisan was waiting on 5-so or 7-so. Tiles you never even saw.
It doesn't matter. I don't think I needed to have this fight, right?
Uh, not really. Not really.
Didn't need this fight.
Yeah.
Although, I mean, obviously, me and D-San are being pulled together now. I think it's just too much of a risk.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the possible deal-in penalty was very large.
Hmm.
So it's like, yeah, is it really worth that big of a deal? Um, this is not an awesome start. I don't love this.
No, wanna keep an eye on folding this one.
Yeah, like this does not look like the way to go. Some good tiles come in, so we get rid of some edge tiles. Okay, we got a 4-man here hanging
I
out.
just I just noticed you called this stream Day Faces the Terrors of Tokyo in
It's
Winter.
true. I don't know how cold it's going to be.
It,
I'm scared it's going to be really cold.
and
It
do you know
probably
what?
won't
It's
be.
not all that cold. The problem is it's quite dry, which always makes it colder. But then also,
Mm.
um, there's no heating, right?
Well, at the APA there is.
The Apple will have
At the
heating,
APA,
yeah,
at the APA, they're just like you can have it be the temperature you want.
yeah.
But yeah, other places is gonna be. That's why I'm gonna wear heat tech all the time. I'm just gonna go nuts with heat tech. They'll call me
Yeah.
Heat Tech and Dave.
Oh, do you remember before COVID and it was we must have been in February. Yes, we were there in February, and I told you, oh, I'm not sure whether this place will be warm or cold, so make sure you wear heat tech. And Dave put his heat tech on, and the restaurant we were at was like really
Yes.
heated. And we're in this meeting, and he was just like, I'm so hot. I'm
That was
too
the
hot.
time. That was the pizza place.
Yeah.
And we went there with Moriyama and everyone, and I'm just sitting there, just like sweltering in because it's a pizza place, so they have like a pizza oven, and so the whole
Yeah.
place is really friggin' hot. And I'm just there, yeah, in my heat tech, my full getup, just like, oh, and it's really hot, and trying to be polite while it's really hot.
I'll never forget that. I felt really bad.
It was really funny. It's funny now because everything turned out fine. That's the thing. A lot of things are funny in retrospect because everything did turn out fine.
Because Dave did not die.
Yeah, like I'm
Yes.
sure Gemma would not be laughing if I had actually died. But now knowing that I didn't and just had to endure discomfort and be awkward, it's funny. It
And
is
that was
funny.
pre-COVID, so these
Yeah.
kinds of things were still amusing, and we weren't suddenly worried that they caught this terrible debilitating
I
disease.
need a gift to bring with me.
You do need to take gifts.
What?
You do.
Oh, hello. Sorry.
Take your cat.
Tartufo's there on the bed. He's just chilling
Take
out
your
there.
cat. Take your
Hi,
cat as a
little boy.
gift.
How are you? He's washing himself. He's just chilling. He doesn't know how to be on camera. He doesn't know what it means to be on camera.
I just
Um,
get something artisanal from New York.
What's
So for people who
artisanal?
don't like, there's always a problem. So when you go to Japan, you're always expected to take gifts to your business meetings. Now, if you're in Japan, that's easy because they have the culture, and therefore you go to a shop and you're
Yeah, you
like,
go to,
oh,
like,
I'm going
the
to this
business
meeting.
gift shop.
Yeah, and then they give you and it's all nicely wrapped, and even though the snacks, like every snack is individually wrapped, so you
Yeah.
can give it as a gift.
And that's, for the record, tangent, but true. That's why they have those like incredibly expensive fruits and vegetables and shit. Like when you see
Right.
this article, like there's a $20,000 melon in Japan, and it's like that's not because I, as like the mom of the house, am like, well, my kids deserve the best, so I'm buying them a $20,000 melon.
Yeah.
No, it's because it's a gift. It's specifically bought to be an expensive gift.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
it's almost just showing off, but then what you get out of that is not like a brick of gold or a statue. You get a melon you can eat, which is actually usually delicious also.
Yeah. So, but the problem is here, like you go and you're like, well, none of these things, like, well, I'm gonna buy an I Love NY mug, like
I could.
we
don't
just
think that's a
don't
good
have
idea.
that kind of
Well, I still feel-
ritualistic gift giving system. I mean, obviously you can't lock us down because if we bought a gift worth $500, the tax man would be wondering what the hell you're doing.
Yeah, well, it would be seen as very strange, but like it's also like I don't want to bring things, like I don't want to be like, here are objects you know how to fill your tiny house with. That's why food makes a good gift, because it's like, here's something you can consume or even give away or share with your friends or something like that. And
I always have the assumption that it'll be regifted if I give it to them. Always.
maybe.
Have the assumption
I
it'll
wouldn't be
regifted.
offended by that because I totally,
No.
I mean, I live in New York. We don't have a ton of space here. If you gave me like a ton of things, like, thank you, I do appreciate it. I cannot keep all of these things in my house.
I'm
I
always
can't.
very pro gifting anyway, even if, just if someone doesn't want it, just re-gift it, which is probably why I often give bottles of wine. I think there's just 2 bottles of wine in this town that just get rotated
It
around all our
depends, I think, on
houses.
the context. It depends on the
Mm,
context. Like if I gave you something that I was like, Gemma, I thought this would be really perfect for you.
mm.
Thinking about you, and,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
as a
yeah.
personal friend, like I got you this thing that I really thought you personally would appreciate, and you like gifted it on. I'd be a little bit like, oh, hmm.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
like for
I
business
mean,
level gifts, it's like, okay,
Dave,
whatever,
whiskey.
man.
Like, if you can get a nice bottle of whiskey, that never goes wrong.
Yeah, but I thought he doesn't drink.
No, I just re-gift that, but that's the thing. It's
But
not.
I need to. I should know
It's
by now.
back
I
to.
feel like that's
But no, but
insulting
it's
because I
no,
should
no, no.
know.
It's a back to the cube watermelon. Like, it's not really for consuming. It's what it represents, and a nice bottle of whiskey is something that then he'll
But
open with his friends at home and go, oh, my American
see,
colleague brought this over.
I feel like for me, I feel like given that I don't drink, and given that I know he doesn't drink, it gets to
Okay.
the point where
There
that's
must
like
be non-alcoholic bit.
weirdly. Well,
There
there
must
are
be
that
non-alcoholic
might be
whiskey.
really really interesting, but
Yeah.
that gets to the point where I feel like it's a little offensive, where it's like
No,
it's
no, I
not
don't.
something. It's not like I gave the gift that came naturally to me because it doesn't. So I obviously went out of my way. This I do think about. This I think about even as an American. So like
Okay,
I
but I
obviously went out
think
of my way, but then if I was going out of my way, I should have known that it's not a
okay,
gift he'd want. I get one
but
for
can I?
karaoke maybe, but like
Right. Oh yeah. I mean, does karaoke drink?
I don't know. But I don't
I
know. I wouldn't
don't
be
think he
expected to know.
does. I don't think he does. Like, I think a lot of the top people in the Japanese professional leagues, having seen the ravages of smoking and alcoholism, don't
Have
do it
sworn it
themselves
off.
anymore. Like the
I wouldn't
ones
be
who
shocked.
obviously lots of people have perished. Like
Mm.
yeah. I mean, Marshall just used to be sloshed with alcohol, people smoking constantly, terribly unhealthy. And I think having lost people, they're very aware. Um, but
I
and
respect
but
that.
I
I
think
respect
part of
that.
what you're saying, like, but I think you're sort of pushing an American perspective on it, where alcohol is this kind of tortured relationship within your society. Whereas even like when I was pregnant, obviously I wasn't drinking then. People would still buy me alcohol. I'd be like, oh, thank you, and
Yeah,
then I'd give
but
it away, like because
no,
I
it's not even
understand.
that.
I understand.
It's just the
They're like,
like
I'm not sure what gift I should get Gemma. So I'll just get her the standard gift of the right banding,
right.
and then Gemma will do what she wants. So she'll put it in the
But
cupboard, or she'll
think
give it
about
away.
this. Think about this. If it's someone who you've interacted with for 10 years and they know
Mm.
you hate the color purple
Okay.
and they get you a purple thing, it's like that's a little offensive because
That's
if
a
a
bit no, but that's a
stranger
bit different.
if a
But
stranger walking into a meeting gives you a purple thing, you'd be like, well, they don't know that I hate purple and
right,
they're giving me a
okay.
gift, so I
But I
obviously
think,
understand.
but the thing is, yeah, but alcohol is not alcohol in that respect. It's a ritual, right? It's a thing.
I
It's
think
just a
you're
thing you
bringing your
do.
Britishness into this.
Maybe. Oh no, I think. Do you know what? I would check with some Japanese folk and ask them
I don't have much time,
because
but
I mean, okay, but I mean I always assume like I take tea, right, and I always assume that they then pass it off to their friends.
but nobody
You
doesn't
know,
like tea.
yeah, but they get it in a nice and then they'll say, oh, because I've been on the receipt of those, right? When they're like, oh, my friend from Thailand or something gave me this. You have it, right?
Sure, no, I that part doesn't bother me. It's the part where it's like because I now know, I can't
Hmm.
pretend I don't know,
Well,
and if I
first
do
of
it
all,
knowing that
go and
that
look for some
violates my gift
non-alcoholic
giving thing.
go and look for
Non-alcoholic
some
stuff would be
non-alcoholic
really really cool.
whiskey.
Yeah,
And non-alcoholic gin is really good. I just don't think gin's a big thing in Japan. But aqua, yeah,
but
I
then
mean,
it's just
so you don't have
exotic.
to.
Then it's just interesting and
Yeah,
exotic. That's fine.
gifts is a weight of it. Yeah, there's an expectation. Unfortunately, you have to give
You
gifts
have to
in
give a gift.
Japan.
You have
You
to give a
have
gift.
to give gifts. It's a very strict sort of, and like it's almost that's why it's nice in Japan. I can go and I can say, well, this is the situation. Like I know this person, or I don't know this person, or what am I doing? Is it for a wedding? Is it for someone's had a baby? And then they give me the things which are acceptable, right?
Right,
It's
right.
even like you're supposed to give money at weddings, and that you can find out how much you're supposed to give, right? Because there's always a
Yeah,
set banding depending on how well you know them or how far you're traveling and stuff like that.
yeah. See,
So
yeah,
you
for
say like
most
the question
people,
about they've removed the rate of expectation because it's easy there. Everyone operates
for
within the
most
same
people
system.
within Western culture, I say like, don't get me a gift. Just don't get me gifts.
Yeah,
It's a whole ton of labor and thought for you to have to get me a gift. Like, let's just give each other the gift of peace of mind, where we don't
my
worry about
council
this,
tax
and
backs.
I don't feel offended that you didn't get me something, and you don't, just take this all away. That'll be our gift to each other if we just don't do this. And I'm fine with that, with the majority of things, where I can make that arrangement with people, and everyone knows that we're just cool, that we're going to decide to be cool with it, and it's going to be fine, and that's great. But in this situation, I cannot. I don't think I can, unless we can make some kind of truce. Like there's no way to do it.
I mean, I forgot to take presents for 2022, Vienna. I just forgot. I mean, COVID obviously addled my brain more than I thought. And I got there and I'm like, shit, I haven't bought presents for anyone. And I ended up buying touristy crap in Vienna for them. It was embarrassing. But it's very much like council tax bands, It's very much like council tax bands.
So where's this hand going? I don't like this hand.
Oh yeah, sorry, back to the Mahjong. Do you know what I would like to say? We haven't derailed into politics yet.
No, we haven't.
Well done. First stream ever.
Taiwan had their election.
Yeah, let's not talk about other people's politics.
Not yet.
Not yet. No, other people's
so
politics, I don't get involved in that. They got to do their own business.
Haku comes out. I'm a little involved. Only a little, but I'm a little involved.
Did you find your super gold card?
No, I didn't. I have not. I searched all throughout my house. I've turned my house upside down, so I might have to request a replacement. I'm ashamed of this. Like, I really don't want... I'm not going to worry about it until I'm back from Japan. But if I have to request a physical replacement for that card, I am so ashamed. Because I shouldn't... I'm sure, to be fair, like, Taiwan is not like Japan. They'll probably just be totally chill with it. Like, I feel like if I had to do that for Japan, they'd be like, what do you mean you don't know where it is? Like, what do you mean you misplaced? That's an important paper.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? Have you checked your important papers briefcase that you keep shackled to you? And I'll just be like, no.
The Cornish gift that's no longer allowed to be sold. What's the Cornish gift that's no longer allowed to be sold?
Cornish gift that no...
What are we not allowed to sell anymore?
Well, what can't...
Becky. Shh. I don't want to talk about it. It's causing me a lot of anxiety.
Wait, the Sumagiri bots?
The racist one.
I don't know about that. Is there a racist one? Wait, hold on. What is the anxiety?
You're not just talking like... Oh, God, I don't even want to say the word.
Can you describe it?
It's a doll.
Okay.
In the style of a minstrel.
Okay. So it's a doll that depicts a figure that is generally considered to be a racist caricature.
A racist pasty? What the hell is this racist pasty? Gosh, I really am not. Maybe I have to give back my...
racist pasty?
I know, right?
Is it named a racist thing, or is it like filled with racism?
I know. I mean, maybe Granny's just mocking us. I don't think there's a racist pasty. I have to. Yeah. No, I'm just wondering. It might be the minstrel doll, and I don't want to say the word because I might not be racist to Americans or most people.
Oh, but... we can just gloss over it by saying like it is named a term that is inappropriate.
Yeah, I mean, but I don't think that's Cornish. I think that's across the UK.
No,
I think that's a British thing.
No, that's not.
I mean, you don't see them anymore. I mean, so when I was a child, yes, I had one and I had books about them. And yeah, you look back now and it was just so innocent. You didn't think about it. You just didn't think about it. I mean, let's be honest. I was like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years old, something like that. So of course I'm not been thinking about it, right?
It's a weird combination of factors, in my opinion. First of all, you're a child. So you haven't learned this history yet.
Yeah.
But simultaneously, you're also not existing in a society where like slavery is happening around you. So it's not even like you have something to look around and be like,
I didn't even think it was a person, right? I didn't think it was a person. Like it was
it was like a doll, some kind of
like
magical figure.
It was just a doll. Like I had dolls that had like unicorn horns sticking out of their heads. You know? Like, I didn't think that hard.
You're a child. You're a child, and you don't fully understand what this is really depicting, and that
Yeah.
It makes sense that at the age of 5 or 6, you weren't able to point at that and be like, that's not okay. Like, then once you learn about the world and history and where this thing came from, oh boy, that's not okay.
Yeah, but to be fair to my parents, I don't think they thought too much about it either because people just didn't back in the 80s.
A lot of these things just were cultural tropes that were there, and people like that's it. I mean, you look at things like Aunt Jemima pancake. It took until like a year or two ago for them to be like, okay, we're not going to do that anymore. No.
So you want to the Sumagiri bots?
The Sumagiri bots. Do we want to discuss this? Do you want to?
Yeah, I mean, this isn't politics. This is still mahjong. I don't think mahjong. No, but this doesn't count as politics if we're talking about mahjong. So yeah, there weren't enough subs at an event, and the subs that had been intended got sick, and so they came and they were basically short 2 players that then later became 1 because someone did manage to rustle someone up. And so after a slightly significant delay on the event, the decision was made by the organizer and the EMA refs to just have that seat draw and discard on the table, right? So that the event could continue.
Yeah.
And this, as you can imagine, has been greeted with mixed opinions in the European community.
Mm.
I will say that I think some of the opinions and the way they're being expressed may not be the most productive way. I do think that we're also not hearing from others that where it would be useful to hear their voices in how this. I mean, the situation sucks. It really sucks, and I really want to stress, like, the decision wasn't made by one person, right? Like a group of people stood there and they were like, "Oh God, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do?" And they made a decision. Now, in the cold light of day, we can have conversations about whether that was the right thing to do and whether any other options. However, I just worry that we're sort of veering towards attacking and making the individuals who made that decision feel bad, where I don't think they should be made to feel bad. Do you know what I mean? Like I've made decisions. People have gone afterwards and challenged, and I've said, okay, maybe that wasn't the best decision. But people have to make decisions, otherwise these events do not happen.
I just, it's a tough position to be in. I get it. You have N players, they all came to your event. They all want to play.
Mm-hmm.
You have um X substitutes. Now, I'll make sure I'm understanding this right. There were a bunch of people at the event who all came to the event, who all wanted to play.
Yeah,
It was an
yeah.
event, right? That's obvious.
Mm.
There were a certain amount of substitutes. And the event, as far as I'm understanding, originally had the
Mm.
correct amount of substitutes for an event. They had a reasonable amount of substitutes to start with.
I think that would be where my criticism lies, probably, in that they should have been able to handle no matter how many people,
Okay.
from my perspective. Now, I don't know if there were some ins and outs and things. You know how things can just go weird sometimes because you're relying on humans who are
Yeah, yeah.
flaky
Well,
at the
that's what I'm
best
saying.
of
This is what I'm
times.
trying to make sure that I'm understanding properly, right? So
I mean, if I was to give a criticism, that might be it. And I think that the organizers themselves said, like, yeah, okay, but they'd run events multiple times and this had never come up. And of course, that's the problem, right? As humans, when you do something and it keeps going off, then you don't think about all the things that could go
yeah, yeah.
wrong.
I mean, this had never come up is a reasonable thing, but so wait. So hold on. I want to make sure that I have the full picture, the right picture.
Hmm.
We have an event. It's happening. We have subs, but the subs
Mm-hmm.
got sick. Is that
Mm-hmm.
what the deal was?
Yeah, the subs got sick. Yeah, it says something like that. The subs
Okay,
were
so
ill.
we
Yeah,
had
I think
planned for
Aqua was there. I
substitutes.
think Aqua was there. So,
We had planned for substitutes, so we're not just
oh no,
straight up
so they weren't there.
irresponsible.
Sorry.
We
Okay.
planned for substitutes, but then the substitutes were ill, and so the
Mm-hmm.
substitutes weren't allowed. Well,
So,
not weren't allowed, but weren't able to attend. Sure,
yeah,
fine.
yeah.
Attend even though you're ill is a
Okay.
bad answer, of course. And so now we don't have enough tables or enough people to fill out all the tables.
Yeah.
So what do you do now? I feel very strongly about this from my perspective, and what I feel very strongly about is it is very important that these events are fair, and maybe
Mm.
this has to do with the player base that I deal with or the angles that I come at these things from. But in my opinion, the answer chosen is like wildly unfair. It destroys the integrity of the event because you play I mean, anyone can test this out if you want. Play mahjong next to someone who just draws and discards whatever.
Mm.
How often can you just like win anything off of that person? How often can you cheat off of that person? How
Okay,
often at that
so
table in general can you take bad weights and get it because you know you have two draws instead of one? Like it's a different game.
but I think the problem here then leans into where the EMA and the MERS system is playing a part. So what I feel would have happened in the UK is that two British players would have likely volunteered to just drop out. I know I would have volunteered to drop out.
That in my mind is the only fair answer
Yeah.
given this bad set of
Yes.
circumstances that led us there.
However, the problem is, especially in the 12 months preceding the European Open, everyone wants their ranking points. And if you miss an event, especially a local event, to make that up might be expensive, or you might not be able to. And so then you're going to have local players who just say, I'm not dropping out. I need my ranking points. I need to play this event. And therein lies the problem in that we don't reward people for being refs or, all of that other jazz.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think, it's all very well to start sort of pushing in on the people who have made honest decisions. There's no maliciousness in
Yeah,
there. There was nothing.
I don't think anyone
Yeah.
tried to cause a problem. But the problem with moving staff into sub doesn't seem crazy. But you already have playing refs, and I also think playing refs are, in my mind, a playing ref is unconscionable. That
Yes, I
sounds
don't think.
very
Yeah,
intense.
they didn't have any spare staff is the problem, and this is partly why having non-playing refs really helps, because if you had three non-playing refs or even two non-playing refs, you could have moved those into the sub positions and just
Yes,
had
you just have
full
more
playing
slack,
refs.
more
Yeah.
slack. But the reason I feel so strongly about playing refs
Hmm.
is that you cannot have a judge who's also a prosecutor. You have completely breached the wall between the arbitration of the game and participation in the game. Because once a ref is involved in the tournament, and especially in a system where, Gemma, as you said earlier, you have players who are really hungry for points and really desperate to win. You know,
Hmm.
if the tournament is just straight up, it's a fun times tournament. It doesn't count for anything. It's not in any rankings. We're having a good time. Playing refs is fine because really all they're there for is to answer rules questions, and no one really cares that much about the outcome. And honestly, if they do crappy rulings, like then they're just jerks, and they've kind of ruined their own fun in their own event in their own group. But
Yeah, I don't think EMA is mature enough environment for that yet. And I mean, I've
I,
been a
I
playing ref, and
again, I would disagree because I see EMA as a more mature environment than the U.S. And in the U.S., if someone asked me, "Can we have refs play?" I would say absolutely not. I would just say no.
but do you think that partly comes out of the ref styling in America? Because, EMA is very much focused on the table really should sort it out. And it's only when someone's done something catastrophic
But that's
does the ref
exactly the
come over.
problem. Because this is where you get into danger. Reki, you're right. Like, fine, if it's at my table and there's a ruling to be made, I'll call a different ref. Cool. But now that's I'm not directly saying, well, I'm the ref and I get to say what happens at my table. But think
Mm.
about the whole tournament structure now. You know, when you start having to decide who gets chombos and who doesn't. When I can apply a chombo, if I'm not the ref at that table, I have the option to choose to apply a chombo or to make sure to apply a chombo to a player who's challenging me in the ranking for the tournament. Like any intersection between adjudication
Mm,
of the tournament and performance in the tournament can cause. And you'll say, oh, well, that basically never happens until one time it does.
it does, yeah.
And who gets into a major event or not is dependent on a ref team that is, in my mind, again, even if earnestly in their hearts they want to do the right thing, because I'm not saying that people are trying to cheat
No.
or perform badly. But if the ref team has to get together to decide a major issue, and those 3 or 4 refs are also participants in the tournament who have their outcomes and their points and their further tournament participation at stake, can you call anything that comes out of that a truly fair adjudication? And the answer is you kind of can't. Or they're forced to always rule against themselves to make sure that it's fair.
Mm.
It's not even
But
about
then,
people deliberately abusing their power. It's really just about you open the door to it, and you open the door to that appearance of impropriety, which
mm,
undermines your authority as a referee.
but
And
then
I
I don't
really
know.
don't
Like
like that.
then it becomes so to really mandate non-playing refs. I think we then get into trouble with it starts putting obstacles to more events, and we need more events. I mean,
That's a
I agree
challenge.
with Dave. I can't contend it. But then this is the problem, right? You're seeing all of these like conflicting drives, and you're trying to balance between them. If we demand that all of these events have non-playing refs, we will see a reduction in events, which means we will see a reduction in activity, which is not actually the main goal at the moment. Because I think we are still an
Hmm.
immature
Hmm.
community, and we're in this stage of upscaling. And I think it's always the upscaling. Anytime, if you've ever been in a small company that was just like one room and everyone knew each other and there were like 5 desks and everyone was happy, and then suddenly you're sat in a room with 100 people and a bullpen,
Yeah.
and people don't, those companies traditionally don't upscale very well. And I think that's maybe is what EMA now is looking down is how do we upscale to this much larger community
It's a challenge. It's a
and
real challenge.
when do we start implementing these mandates like you have to have non-playing refs? Like when do we do it? How do we do it? When do
We'll
we
get
do it
back
in a
to it.
way that won't constrain growth?
And the counterpoint, like people have said things like, okay, how do we reward people? Because you're right. Like if I want to, I'll talk again from my USian perspective. Now, we've done a thing where we limit the amount of tournaments you can do. So if I want to go to WRC and I'm in the US, I can only count 3 of the tournaments I participate in plus a North American Open. Okay, cool.
Mm.
And so that means that if there's a lot of tournaments, I can ref a whole bunch of them and then play some of them and then probably fill up my count of performance and be okay.
Mm.
which kind of sort of helps with that problem. But this is a real problem. If I ref, am I awarded ladder ranking points? Am I awarded, like, what benefit do I get to make it
I
desirable for me to
know, and
ref?
it's a
And
whole
then
weekend as well of your time. I mean,
and what you
gosh.
don't want to do on the other point is, I don't want to send, not even me, but just because someone volunteers to ref all the time does not make them a good player to represent at a high end tournament. Like,
Mm.
you want both. You want the people who are doing the refing to get credit for their contribution, but you also want to make sure you're sending your best players to the big event. And it's really hard to accomplish both goals. I don't have an answer. Unfortunately, I wish I did. If I did, I'd be implementing it. I'm not sure what the answer is.
But yeah, some more giddy bots at actual events is it's causing a lot of drama in Europe at the moment. A
I
lot
really
of
don't like it.
drama.
I really don't like it. I
And
think that was like the
I
worst
haven't,
outcome.
I haven't given my own opinion because do you know what? None of the British players complained. We had British players there. None of them complained. And so in my mind, I did reach out and say, does anyone have anything they want to say about this event? I didn't, have a leading question. No one had anything to say, so
Oh no, the sun.
I don't really think that as a UK
Pardon me.
representative, it's my duty to say anything.
Goodness has been punished
I
for
know
my
this
sins.
escalated and people are throwing complaint letters at each other and stuff like that. And yeah, I don't know.
Well,
Yeah,
I,
some of
I
the
think it is
language.
important. I think it's very important to remember that these are people, these are volunteers, and unless I felt like someone was actively cheating, I would be
Hmm.
very careful with my language. I think, I don't think this was the right answer. I don't. I think this was not a good answer, and I think it's a problem for tournament integrity. At the same time, nothing I've heard about this, as someone on the
Hmm.
outside, but nothing I've heard about this implies any ill will,
Oh no,
any
no,
attempt to influence the results, or anything
no.
but what I think was a mistake and a call on behalf of the organizers. And I think it's really
No.
important to remember that these people do volunteer. They're trying to run a good event. They
And I
want people to
think
come and have a good time.
if there's any learn, it's a learn for the whole community because
Yeah,
just because it
yeah.
happened at that event, it could happen at any event. And if there is a
Hmm.
preferred answer, it should be discussed and communicated to the entire
Hmm.
community so
That's
that
right.
when one of us finds ourselves in that situation, we know the answer. They found themselves in a situation that I don't think we've ever had in EMA.
It's a tough
And
spot. Yeah. What do you do?
yeah, and
What do you
they
do?
had to make a call because yeah, people have spent money and they want to start playing. It's
Yeah.
stressful. It's stressful. I do not. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's super stressful, and that's why I feel like, I mean, I think it's important to register your thoughts, but to do speak up, right? Like, because if no one speaks up, then
Mm,
no one ever knows there's a problem. But to do so in a way that is like recognizing that this is an individual human being who's listening to you talk about
mm,
this, who volunteered their time to try to run an event so that you could have fun.
mm.
And so even if you think they did a bad job, like, okay, you can say, yeah, I didn't think these things were so great, without resorting to incendiary language or accusing people,
And
or
can
saying
people
like
just
extreme
stop
things.
bloody complaining about the food? I'm so tired of seeing people complaining about food. I don't know if this happens in America, but geez, and I'm like, sometimes the food is a culture, right? And you go somewhere and you'll eat it and you won't like it. And do you know how many complaints I see? Oh, people didn't like the food. I'm like, did you not like the food because it wasn't your taste, or was there actually something wrong with it? I've seen
Mm-mm.
people complain about it being sandwiches rather than some three-course meal. And I'm like,
Uh,
this to me, this isn't a complaint. Like this is
pardon me.
like you don't like sandwiches. Okay. I mean, if you come to the
Ugh,
UK,
I'm all
you're
coffee.
typically going to get British food. And if you are from a country of good food, you're not going to be happy. And I can't fix that for you because we only have bad food on this island.
That's a problem. You guys should get some better. You guys should go around the world and steal some better food, and then claim it as your own.
Yeah, we didn't steal hard enough. We stole
No.
the shiny things harder. But
Yeah.
some EMA events I've been like I'm very bad with rich food, right? So that thing they
Yeah.
have in the Netherlands with the croquette, but it's like shredded meat inside. That just does something to me that's not good. And would I ever make a complaint to the observer? No, no.
Well, yeah,
But people do.
Korok's right that, yeah, a lot of U.S. tournaments now are just saying no food. We're just going to let you go out and get what you want. Which
Mm,
I've always been kind of against that, mostly because of just letting everyone go and then hoping they come back on time is a risk. But at the same time, it does eliminate a lot of the food problem because everyone can kind of go get what they want. And then
mm.
they can't blame the tournament for the food because the food they bought is the food they bought, and that's it. It also does save you from a lot of horrible catering costs. So, like, I'd hardly call that like a any kind of requirement for any tournament. Personally, I like to keep everyone in the same place, but there's valid points on both sides, I
I don't
think.
know. Yeah, I mean, I've been to tournaments where I've not liked the food and I've just grabbed something. But I think, bad food is a very subjective problem. I
Mm.
don't think anyone is trying to serve you bad food, right?
No, no.
My problem is if you don't have people staying in the same place and they start wandering off, as I experienced because I went to the Russian event in Moscow and they did not serve food, and yeah, it took an hour to get served because there were only like two restaurants in the area or something, and everyone was in
Mm.
them, and we
You
didn't
gotta
even get
plan for it, yeah.
served. Yeah. And
It's tough.
people rarely leave in the European events. People tend to sort of mill around, especially if there's a bar in the venue.
It also depends on
Um,
how many times you're doing it, and at what point in the event you're doing it. Like, I'm coming at this from a larger event perspective, like something like
mm,
WRC where you have so many people, and just like keeping them organized is so paramount because any small problem is going to be like a big amount of time to fix. If you're dealing with 60 people, maybe you can let them all go and come back, and they'll come back on time. Like me, me,
mm.
me, me,
I
me.
mean, I think the Cardiff event, that was in a bridge hall, and if we'd all had to go to that studenty area, buy food, eat it, that hour-long break we had would become very small. I'm okay. Do you know, I've never had a problem where even if I don't like the food, I almost always have like a little snack bar in my bag because I'm a woman and therefore, I don't know when I need to snack.
Like, when can I get this privilege? I want to do this. I want to have a snack bar that I carry around with me, but I want to
But
be like,
you see EMP, but you're in America, right? There should always be a bar in the
that's true.
venue. I
Bar in
think
the venue.
come to the European events. I think there's always a bar at the venue. Like that's one of
That's
the
a good
first
idea.
questions. Where do I get the alcohol?
Where-
Like in
That's your
the
question at
Paris,
every event. You're always
the
just like,
last
where's the
Paris
alcohol?
event, the last Paris event, they greeted us with a glass of champagne in the morning, as
Okay,
should happen.
let's
That's the way to hold an event.
let's push through the rest of this game so we can actually complete it. But
Also,
also
don't put that
because
on the observer report whether you
I
got
might,
alcohol or not.
I might need to jump a little early just to make sure that I have time for everything because we got some stuff to chat about before my
Yes.
meetup.
Okay. Sorry.
And
Yes.
this is a meetup weekend, so let's finish the game. Even though this hand
Right.
is real
Back to
depressing.
mahjong. Back to
Looking at this
mahjong.
hand, well, the thing that worries me the most actually is the door has been thrown. Now our player to the right threw the door as their first discard, which implies they're just like not dealing with terminals or honors, but might imply that they want to rush. But now our player to the left throws a door that they've held for at
Yeah.
least a while. So now
So they
where are
may
we
be.
at?
Yeah.
I don't like where we're at. So we're
I
down to
think player on the left
trimming.
is probably doing a pin flash. So.
Mm, we're back to trimming our ends. Ooh, another a four so after the Dora. Eventually, yeah, why didn't we keep a safe tile? That's true.
Don't
Um,
know. I don't know, Korak, and it's a good point. I think
we
I've.
might just be frustrated with this hand. Because I
Uh,
could see just being frustrated. Just like nothing good is happening. It's a bunch of noodling. Now I'm just going to follow this four so because I'm kind of like out of it.
Korak should have kept the hacker, and I think you're right. I think I've misplayed
Yeah.
this. I think I am in a sad state of mind, and I'm not. And I'm folding now. I'm obviously folding.
Yeah. No, yeah, this doesn't feel like you're shattered, but it does feel like this hand is just annoying. It's just like,
Yeah.
what's going to happen here? I don't know. And I do this
Maybe
with
after
hands
the
too.
run of good draws, I'm like, what is this? I'm used to good hands now, world.
Sometimes I'll get in this weird space where I'm like, this hand is neat, but if it turned out to be Junchan Sanchoku, that would actually be cool. Or like, and so I'm gonna like make sure to keep that option open because that's like the coolest option, and then I throw away the other more practical, like, no, it's just gonna be Tanyo. Or I'll be like, I don't want to throw this away because something, this wacky three-step thing could happen. I'll get two in my own head about it.
Hmm.
Um, Oy. So
Yeah,
now
I
we're gonna
think I
throw the
really think Korak's very
four.
right though.
We're
I
taking
think
apart the four
I've not
five.
I've misplayed this one. Yeah,
And now we
and
have a
I'm
reach, and I'm betting
I'm
that reach pushes us just completely
I'm
fold.
I was about to say I'm sort of
Oh
shipping
no,
towards the Cheetoy.
no. This is just a weird hand. I feel like everyone at this table was kind of noodling around a bit and just kind of like trying to suss out what they should do. I want to see what their hands all look like. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7. Okay, we actually got close to Tempai here. 1, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this was just an
The
aggressive pin
pin,
flush
yeah.
try. Um, this is 3, 3, 3, 4. Pinfu Tanyo. Not bad, but they were clear for Tanyo at the beginning. Yeah, this is interesting. These 5 pins were the pair. And I guess the decision was to keep the norths as the pair because you can keep Pinfu with it, and the norths are just safer to have. And I
Mm-hmm.
guess they thought they'd just get rid of the 5 pins because sure. And then
And
they
it's quite aggressive considering that the player on your right is obviously pinning it.
yeah, that's a little bit. Maybe they just thought we better do this now because he threw the Dora and then he next threw a Forso. And I could see thinking like, okay, you'd probably throw the Dora last if you were really close. Don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know. Don't know. Either way, we got to reach Epot's here. Reach Epot's Pinfu Tanyao. No Dora. but still a big score for Sisan.
Yeah.
Sisan gets back up to 31, back in the game. Asan gets pulled down to
It's still pretty tight. It's
17.
not.
It's no one's out. No one's out. It's only South 1. We got a ways to go in our remaining time. What is this?
This is a flush hand.
What's our first draw?
People
Is
want
it?
to know what this. There's no good shapes. There's no good shapes. This is a flush hand.
Yeah. Well, we throw the north first, though. North just came out, so we follow. Fine. We throw the east because we don't like it. This does not seem like we're playing. Now we throw the 1-man because it just came out. I'm imagining, no, we throw the 9-pin. We're not, I don't know if we're playing this for a
I've
flush.
become very weird here.
We keep the, yeah, what are we doing here? Okay, well, we're drifting towards Cheetoy?
I think, yeah, maybe. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm probably having the same conversation in my head, going like, "What the
But
hell
now a
are these
reach
draws?"
from across the table.
Yeah, I
We have
feel
no
3-man
hard
over the
safes.
1-man. Yeah, I agree, Korak. I agree.
Hedging Cheetoy, yeah. Yeah, we could have kept the 1-man pair, and then we'd be Ishanten on Cheetoy.
I think everyone is right, and I'm wrong.
Yeah, I feel like you were thinking. I feel like in your head you were like, "This is kind of flushy, and it's kind of Tanyaui." So I guess I'll kind of trim some of these edges and see where that
Yeah.
goes.
I think yeah, probably overcommitted to the, because I mean, you heard me. As soon as I saw, I did exactly the same as probably what I did during the game. I said, this is the flush hand, right? And I
Mm,
overcommitted and I didn't see the alternatives, which is,
mm.
I think we can all,
Yeah, that
resonate
happens.
with that,
It
right?
happens.
Mm.
And so now we throw the hots into the reach, which is fair. We throw our other another missed. The south comes out. We miss our south pair, although the hots makes us get it. Whatever. Another missed pair.
Tanyawi.
Tanyawi. Ooh, Tanyawi. So now we get to wonder what we want to do with our lives a little bit because we don't have anything that is hard safe. We could throw 9-so, but that's long Suji on the 3-so.
No, say long Suji. It's not a thing. Makes me cross.
I don't know. I don't know what we do here. What do you throw?
I guess it's got to be the 9 bamboo, right? I don't see that.
I feel like that's good because it just like it cuts off the Tanyao, and that's really the only safety you can muster here. The only counter argument that I'd ever have is to throw something you have a pair of, because if you do, then you get another safe tile out of it. But
Yeah, I mean,
all these tiles are pretty dangerous to be face checking.
2 bamboo is 1 chance.
2-so is 1 chance?
Yeah,
yeah,
because you can see 3 fours.
3 4s. Yeah.
And you can see, yeah.
You throw the 9-so and get away with it. Ugh. Okay, so now you go for the 1 chance 2-so, you get away with it. But you're out of this, which is fine.
Yeah, I've probably had that little conversation in my head as well, but gone for the 9 for some reason beforehand.
It's a 4-7 weight. Richi, Pinfu, Tsumo. That's it. Oish. So now D-san pulls ahead of you. No, I'm sorry, D-san.
No, it doesn't pull ahead.
D-san pulls up to 35-3.
Very close.
And you're at 37-9.
It's my dealership now, kiddos.
It is your dealership.
My dealership.
And you got your east. So here we go. We can throw the 9 max. So you have 6-7. Throw the 9-so because it doesn't help us. 7-8-9. Oh, are we gonna do Chanta? No, you already threw the 9. I'm sorry, 9-man. You gave up on Chanta. I can't believe you.
It's unsurprising. It's a dumb hand.
Oh, we have 1 2 3 1 2 3 7. We could do it.
I mean, thinking of the Sanshoku, right, and the Dora. Sanshoku Dora would be tasty.
2 3 4 Sanshoku Dora. Yeah. So we keep the 6 7 8. All right. So we get rid of our shenanigans. We just get rid of the 6 because we're looking at 2 3 4. We got another 4, which we don't need.
I do hate hedging Ipe or Korak, and I think you're right. I think that's definitely a style issue there that I don't like Ipe.
I feel like if I was flattening something here, I'd flatten the 2 3 3, but yeah, let's get back up here. 2 4 6. We get rid of the second 4. We have 2 3 4, and now we
keep honey to ships. Yeah, that's true. That's true, Korak. Yeah.
Now we can call the east and get Tempai if we want to.
I can call the east, or I can call the 4-pin.
But you draw the east and you reach it. All right.
Why not? I mean, there's no way I can improve now, right?
You've also thrown a lot of man tiles that don't make that 3 look too dangerous.
Exactly. I think if
Like,
anyone, yeah, yeah,
yeah, like that 3 might be okay. Oh, and we got to reach from across the table. So now we're doing a double challenge.
a planned Suji trap.
Yeah, exactly.
No
Ooh.
one respects my reach.
Yeah.
I'm the dealer, children. I'm the dealer. Zero respect.
We see nothing coming. Nope.
Oh, how annoying.
They're waiting on a 5-so only, and you're waiting on a 3-man only. And so you both get pulled forward a little bit, but not far from each other.
I'm the
Okay.
parent.
Hello. Hello, Sanchoku. How are you today?
Nice. This is how
Um,
to play.
this is exactly what you need to do. This is beautiful. Now the question is, what do we throw? I would almost throw that 9-man.
9-man.
The 9-man is not necessary. Um. Okay. All right. Now you're
Oh
Ishan
my
10 in the
God, I'm
Sanchoku.
so good at mahjong. I don't so good. Carefully crafting it.
Okay. Now you draw the 7. So now you have 2 tiles that you can get into Tenpai on. Okay. And now we reach it for reach Ipeiko Sanshoku on
See,
just the 8
sometimes I'm
pin.
okay with Ipeco.
Now when does the other thing is all these 7s are 3 of the 7s are dead, so those 8s don't have too many homes out there to live in. Now all the 7s are dead, so the 8-9 is going to be completely unusable for everyone.
Unless they've got 2 or 3 of them. Remember, there's always they could
Yeah,
always have a pair of 8s.
people seem to be respecting your reach this time around. I see a lot of reach respect here.
Yeah,
Ah,
it's a cherry. It's a
and
cherry. You don't
player
make a meal
across.
out of it.
Player across trying to sneak forward. What were they doing here? 2, 3, 3, 5, 8, 4, 7, 5, 6. They threw the 8. Hmm.
Tough
They
though,
didn't
isn't it?
have. They didn't have anything hard safe.
Although, well, no, because you can see 4-mans. So
Oh
really,
yeah. So the 2s and 3s are.
yeah. I mean, they're not going to be very useful to you even, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I've blocked
They
you
could have
off.
gone with. They could have just thrown one of the 3-mans and then
I probably
not
would have
really.
thrown a 2-man, right?
Really.
Because you could get another
Yeah.
3-man and then finish it, or it could
I
be a
guess the 3-man are
pair.
a fine pair. Yeah, I
Yeah.
wouldn't have been this impatient with it. I don't think I would have been this impatient with it. But it happened.
I mean, it's a very early reach, and very early reaches are difficult to work with.
Yeah, there's not much information, but I think the 2-man would have been a safer play here because there's enough information on the table to know that that's probably not what you're looking for because the 4 is dead. Ah well, so it happens. No one else is doing anything that thrilling because they were all also folding pretty hard, and you win. Reach Ipeco Sanshoku Dealer Mangan launching you. This launches you
Mm.
up to what, like 52-7, and taking them down to 23-5.
And that's
Which
really good
still
for
is
me.
only third place.
But I have taken my closest competitor out. So really,
Yeah.
I just don't want to give away points now.
Yeah, you're kind of done. You're kind of done with this game.
Yeah.
There's nothing to worry about for you except make sure you don't lose points.
Yeah.
So let's see what we get. South comes out. East comes out. You got your Chuns here, so you could even go fast. But 29K player wants to put some distance between them and the player who used to be second place, so they're grabbing Hots. You're grabbing Chun. They're grabbing... Oh, everyone's going nuts. And a reach. Wow, okay. Everything just happened. And now we have a reach.
Yeah.
I'm betting you throw this east because it's safe.
Mm-hmm.
Our player in last place is right to say, I don't care. You throw the west because it's very safe. 6 just came out, which means these 9s could be safe, but you'll play the 3 on that side, which is fair, I think.
Yeah, I'm just worried because why would you have thrown the 8-pin out? I mean, it's very difficult to read it like that because it's so early, but
This is I guess because you see 7s and you see 8s are very dead, so it's a double 1 chance for the weight on the 6.
They've thrown the 3 and the 9. So the 3 came out and the 9
and
came
the 9
out
is gone.
after
Yeah,
the
so the
reach.
6 is double Suji, and yeah.
So it's Naka Suji, it's inside Suji. The 7s have come out. Yes, I can see 3 8s. I know it's ballsy, but I think it's the right
Yeah.
call personally.
You throw the 9 because the 6 is out, and because I think you're looking at a flush here. I get the feeling you're looking to see if you can undermine this person by snagging a flush early. That's my Gemma gut check
Mm.
here. Our last place player calls the South and is in it to win it. You throw the other 9. You
I
throw the other.
probably should be folding a bit harder here. I'm going noodling more than I probably should here.
Ooh, okay. The 5 has come out, so the 5's fine. No, you are not noodling. You are smelling blood with this flush.
I know, but I don't think this is the right
I
play.
also
I
don't think
I
this is
don't think this is
necessarily
the
the
right
right
play. I
play.
think this is wrong.
You throw the 5 though. You don't get greedy for the tempi. You throw the 5, and you have the 3. You can throw the 3. So
I
now you're
cannot.
at the
Can I
point.
throw the three? How safe is the
The
three?
3 had come out earlier. You
Yeah, but
played the
a
3.
long time
Yeah,
earlier.
long.
A
But okay,
long
it's
time
not
earlier.
safe on the other players. But you don't necessarily have to care about them. They're so far behind you, and
And
they have these open hands that don't seem to
I
have a
can
ton of
see three
value.
fives. Yeah,
2 of the
I don't.
door are on the table.
I think that I should be folding though. I think this is a little too
You
aggressive.
probably should be folding, and this is in fact very aggressive. But you're keeping it alive. You also do have these ones that are hard safe. So like you
I will.
have tiles in your hand you can choose to back out with.
I
So you're
will
not
say
even.
this is typically how Gemma dances into disaster. Is you're right. I smell blood in the water and I get very vicious.
And this is a risky disky right here. You get yourself all the way over to Mantilesville and you throw the 4, which ends up in a pong from the player to your left. They throw the 6. Now the question is, do we? Oh, we don't even get the choice. I was gonna say we could chi this for the 6, 7, 8, and then throw the 1 and wait on the 5 or the 6.
It is Jenkin Run League.
But it's 1. This is not a bad, not the worst weight at all. It's a 3-6 weight. It's reach Dora for 2, which only brings him up to, or them up to 26-7, and brings our last place player down to 11-1. All ones, not so good. But second and third now. Are we in all lasts?
Not quite,
No, we're not
right?
quite in all
No.
lasts. But second and third are really close. And it's second place's deal. This is not a champion hand, so this might be let's stay out of it and let's not be involved. Oh yeah, sorry, Carlos. It's Junkin Rune League. But what do we get as our very first job? We get another.
No, sorry, Carl is the one who's organising the league. Thank you.
Get another 1. We hold it. We get a 5-6, so we throw an isolated 1. Sure. We get an 8, so we throw a west. So we could have thrown the 9, but whatever. Maybe we're thinking of 7, 8, 9. South is dead. 2 pin goes out because 1, 2, 3 could be a thing. Sure. 1, 2, 3 becomes a thing. We have 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we have a bunch of shapes. But our dealer goes into reach, and now I would hope, as we draw another Dora, which is very distressing. No, we throw the hard safe 9, which is fair. Keeps the
Why
6,
not the
8
green
shape.
dragon, Gem? Oh, I guess the 9's hard safe. Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter.
9.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Now the green dragon. Now the 6, because the 6 was tested by the player in third. Probably the west will be next. Yep. We are now Ishan 10. Weirdly. The 1 so is now safe, which is what we need to flatten out to get tempi regardless. And it's what we're going to throw just because we drew a dangerous tile, so sure. The 8 is safe, so we could actually switch 6, 8 to 5, 6.
Well, the 3 pins are safe.
But instead we throw out the 3 pins, which is... I'm not sure if that's the best plan.
But 8 is not safe opposite, and I'm probably concerned about opposite here. The 8 man is pretty dangerous over there. The 3 pin has come out immediately, so... I said it's not worth risking it, and it's the right thing to do. It's not to risk it.
Opposite was almost ready until we were waiting on the 5 and the 8. I wonder about pawn 3 pin.
There you go. See? That's why. Well done, Gemma.
Pawn 3 pin. Oh, if we'd pawn 3 pin? If we pawn 3 pin, though, like, what do? We throw out the 9 and the 8, and we go for Tanya?
I don't want to throw the 7 pin, right?
Well, yeah, if we pawn 3 pin, I would imagine 7 pin becomes our pair. 8 and 9 are hard safe on the reach, and 9's hard safe across.
I see what you mean.
We would cut down this way. But then how do we win?
Yeah, I think that's a little bit too greedy, Korak. I think if I was in a different point situation, that would be the right call. I think here I don't need to do it, right?
Yeah. If
And
I
this
had the
isn't my game
Forso,
anymore. This is second and third's game. It's not really my game. It's the right time to step out.
I feel like at the point if I got the Forso, I'd be hyped to drop the one and go with Plan Pong the 3-pin and race for it.
Mm-hmm.
I'd feel good about that. Without the Forso, I feel like it's a little far. It's a valid plan, but it's a little far.
Yeah.
And so now our last place player, unfortunately, because last place is always stuck in that position where they gotta go, and they deal into well, reach Ipeco. No, reach Chitoy. I'm sorry.
Machito.
That's a Chitoy. Reach Chitoy for 4,800, which, poor Asan is in a bad way. Sisan's getting some distance. Um,
Yeah.
and Sisan's back above 30K. And now it's their second dealership, and we have a pair of dragons, which means we can try to rush this to push the game towards
Yeah,
the end.
I think, yeah, I'm probably getting a bit antsy here. I don't want Cisan to recover too much ground on me, right?
Yeah, Sisan's getting to the point where, as dealer
I
at least,
see, from my perspective, I don't really want Asan to be throwing points away. I just want where are D-San and C-San to be sniping each other. Yeah, so
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, we need them to fight. We get a 3, that's good. So we got 3, 4. So I think we have some leeway. This we got 3, 4, 5. All right, sure. If the hand wants to make itself. We let the first Haku go though, so we're not going to rush this. It seems.
Yeah, I'm definitely still on the,
We
you know,
let
if anything
both
gets
Haku
antsy,
go. I
I
don't
want
like that. I
you
think I
don't
would have
like
taken
that?
it. I would have taken it, but
Uh,
we don't. So we don't. We get some, but our flow is ruined now. Look at that. Our flow is
I mean,
destroyed.
I'm hoarding a lot of safe tiles here, and I think that's probably I've become overcautious.
Well, now your caution is kind of vindicated because you see both C and D have now called out dragons. Like they're both pushing this.
Mm.
So you're not crazy because they're both going for it. Like D is really going for it, and he has to. So it makes sense. Oh man, what are we doing
And
here with our parakeets?
these pins are looking very dangerous to opposite. So I
Yeah,
obviously think I'm going to start testing the water, right?
yeah. Well, the 9 is
It's not. Yeah, the dealer is like creeping up on me.
South
Yeah,
is
I'm
coming
a little
out.
bit worried, but
2 pin. Now Haku's come out. We're not letting our 2 pins go.
I mean, there's an argument that I should have called the Haku, I think, and gone faster and tried to speed out.
I might have
Um,
done that.
hmm,
I might throw the 1 pin here.
yeah, could do.
It's safe, and it looks like a cross did not need extra 2 pins.
But why throw it here? I could throw
No,
the white
well,
dragon and
we're going even harder. We're just going 4-man, just bam, middle of the time. I mean, it's hard safe, but like we're going for the
okay, but
most
then
destructive
okay,
hard safe in our hand.
okay, but that's not just hard safe. I am telling the table I'm folding.
Hmm.
I'm telling second and third place. I'm not in this. So what are you going to do, guys?
Hmm.
If I'd have found the white dragon or the 1 pin, I wouldn't be making that
Yeah,
statement.
yeah. It'd be noodling.
Yeah, I'm making a hard statement. I am not in
Yeah,
this.
we are hard following the reach right now.
Hmm. And I think sometimes people forget if you do these things, you are telling people what you're doing, and being able to control that narrative is kind of important sometimes.
Now we have the Haku. Is there nothing else? 6-2. All right, so we go 10 by no 10. This was a 7-man only wait for Reach Ipeco, and the dealer was waiting on what is it?
Six or
Five,
6 man or
5
five
6 man
bamboo, yeah.
at the door. Yeah, well, some greed, but this also again pulls them further apart, gets them closer to you. What are we gonna do? This
Yeah.
also looks like a pretty darn good hand, though. We are
Now
two
we're
Shanten right
talking.
now,
Yeah. I see. This is a bit. I think
and
I'll
that's
probably play
exactly the
this
draw
one.
we wanted.
Yeah.
Dealer gave a 3-sided for 10. Wait, did they give a 3-sided for 10? Wait, let me see their hand. 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh yeah, because you got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. With the 2, it would have been the 1, 4, 7, but they'd thrown the 1 way back when.
Uh,
And that's a shame because they could have gotten. How badly did they miss their Itsu here?
I see. I would have said you have if you can get free sided, even if it's 30-10, you take it. Just take it. Don't be afraid of the 30-10. That would be my
Yeah,
advice.
I might have thrown out the 6 pin here, but like that's such a hard thing to do. They threw the 6 pin like next in favor of this format. Yeah, I might have just thrown the 6-1 with a 1 to say like E2's possible. I know, but I think I overestimate E2. I think I look for E2 too
Yeah, I
much.
probably overestimate it maybe, but
Also, I would never do this if red 5s are on. It doesn't look like we have reds here. But with reds, the 6 becomes more valuable because then I don't have to throw the red.
mm.
Well, it happens. And we got another hand here. This is the hand we want. We get the 6, which is exactly the draw we want. So now we have a huge wide wait to get Tenpai, which we don't. And then we make it even wider. Oh, I know what's going to happen here. And we don't. And we don't. And we still... And then we get the worst possible Tenpai.
Welcome to Mahjong.
I just wouldn't have taken this Tenpai.
No, I'm going to, because again, I want second and third to sort of have to really think hard about whether they're doing it.
Yeah, well, you've pressured them into, and you're not throwing anything good.
Yeah, look, dealer's now folding, I think.
But now third place reaches.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. They've had to have a think.
To be fair, you haven't gotten anything that would have gotten you a better Tenpai yet, which is a little sad, actually.
It's just Mahjong. What can you do?
This would have been it. This would have been your better weight.
Well, here we are. We're not going to wait 6 draws and discards for a better weight.
It's super frustrating though when you start the game. You're like, oh, here's a hand. It's Ishan 10. I can draw one of 8 tiles.
If I've achieved knocking the dealer off their hand, it's okay because the game progresses.
Gemma,
which is what I need right now. Oh,
what is this? What is this?
Come on, Gemma, draw it.
No, but you added East as a door, and then you immediately deal in.
I was made to suffer, and I deserved it. Now we've got now we've got an all-ass.
Any additional Dora.
Now we've got an all-ass to play for.
It's reach Dora. And now it's 30, 35, 47. Everyone's within range. It's all last. Oh, man. 1, 2, 3, 7, 7, 4, 5. All right, we got some stuff.
Yeah, it's got to go fast. Call the red. Yeah, call the red dragon.
Run is our strategy here. 2, 2, 5. We got some pairs. Oh, we call. All right, we throw that out. We're ready to get Tenpai on many things. We just throw this 5 now so we can call more things. South gets called. 2 gets called. Now we're waiting on the 3, 6. That's it. Okay, so this is a fast snipe of the hand to get Chun and just lock it down. Sorry, D-san and C-san.
I mean I think that's just really unlucky for D-san and C-san in that I had something that fast.
Yeah, I mean this happens.
Nothing they could have done.
Your job is to either back out of this hand entirely because you want nothing to do with it to risk your first place, or push this hand really hard to just finish the game. And that really depends on the tiles you get, but this made it real easy.
But particularly painful for D, as Chiral said before, is that we're using the floating Uma, so you have to be over 30,000. So that's going to be painful. I know that's going to be
30,000.
Yeah, that's going to be painful for D-san, unfortunately.
Well, it's not going to be that painful for D-san. It's going to be huge relief for A-san.
True.
Because now A-san isn't the only one below with like minus 20 or minus whatever. Like it's real bad to be the only one below. So now you can give some relief to poor A-san.
I've got to plug my computer in. For some reason, I started the stream without having my computer plugged in, which is possibly the stupidest thing. I do love my new headphones, though. I'm going to say that.
Yeah, I mean, it bumps D-san down like, what, 7 or 8 total points, because I think, if I recall properly. It's like 12-6-4, I think, or 12-6-2 if everyone's above.
Do you know what? I probably should have checked the rules before I started playing, but I didn't, because I'm a bad player.
It's 15. It's 15-5 right now. Yeah, right now it's 15-5. Because it's 2 above, 2 below. And so I think it's 12-6-2 if it's 3 above, if I recall. And so that means D-san lost 7 7 in Uma, and 1 from the hand. So it's a total -8 for D-Sun from that hand, which is not awesome, but not disastrous.
No, it's not a
But now
disaster.
Asan goes from -20 to -15, so that's +5 for Asan, which is, I mean, also not major, but like useful. Oh, wait, 15-5-0, really?
There you go.
Interesting. All right, there we go. Cool. So unfortunately, because I have my club today, and because I have a few extra things to chat about with Gemma while I have her attention stolen, we might want to end a little bit early today, so we can go over what I need to go over before this trip.
Dave's going to Japan, and everyone hates him because we're going to Japan.
No, I thought everyone in Japan hates me. They're just gonna be like, "Oh, Dave's here. Can't believe Dave's here." I see. Above starting is always that makes sense. Yeah, if I'm above starting, I should always be positive. And it's impossible for 4 people to be above starting unless you just brought some extra points to the table. I would love to. I should see about doing that. I probably need permission to do that.
I think you need permission to do that.
I'm sure I need permission to just do that. I can't just be like, "Hi, I'm Dave, the VTuber in Japan." I'm not a VTuber. I'm just a D-tuber because I'm a Dave tuber.
Oh yeah, they love deporting VTubers at the moment.
There will hopefully be some big announcements when I come. Well, that's only if you act like a total fucking jackass. Like everyone they've deported for that has been like so heinously rude on levels that is so obviously rude anywhere you go that it is. But
you would not get deported from the UK for being rude, like.
I might if I like break into people's trucks and like knock their shit over and trespass. Like I might well get deported from the UK for that.
No, the police wouldn't even bother coming out.
That was the real problem. They didn't bring gifts.
So yeah, Dave. I don't. You know what? Yeah, I don't know. If you're hoping for WRC announcements, I'm going to be brutally honest. We are delayed. I hoped we'd have some stuff like really locked down by now, and I'd be announcing stuff, but. Venue finding and organizing and all of that jazz has been
it's a lot
more difficult than I perceived.
It's a lot.
It is a lot.
So no, there should be. I want to have some announcements about myself. I want to have announcements about Sparrow's Nest. I want to have announcements about USPML and USPML League stuff. So there'll be stuff to talk about, I'm sure. But
I love talking about you, Dave.
Oh God, everyone loves talking about Dave. Everyone loves talking about Dave. That's how it works.
The Terminal Optimist. I've got to make that stick harder. It's still the best handle.
Because I love Chanta. It can be good.
And it suits you so well. You are a bloody optimist.
And I'm terminal. I'm getting old and moving rapidly towards death. Stay young, audience. Never get old. Just don't get old. It'll be good for you if you don't go. We're gonna start doing, and we should do NPC streaming. Of course, they're not hench people. They're trusted friends and employees.
Hench people. Is this the woke term? Is this the woke term for henchmen?
Yeah, no, henchmen. That's gender. That's not okay. They're hench people. I once had a boss who was like, I need a gender neutral term to refer to all of you, and he thought about it a little bit. And he's like, I've decided to refer to all of you as worms.
Well, they are both.
Yeah, exactly. It's completely neutral, you know. And I'm not going to greet you all as gentlemen or gentlemen and ladies. I'll just say worms. It's perfect. I appreciated that very much. But okay, so thank you all for watching. Next week, I don't know what's going to happen. I'll see if we can do a stream, but I will be overseas in Japan, so it is a question mark as to whether something can happen. Or as far as the dangerous work environment, indeed.
Maybe I should stream on my own if you don't stream.
I don't know. You're very welcome to.
It's tough though.
It's tough to stream on your own. Tough. It's a little sad. Like the audience is great. Thanks for following, Sequolf. The audience is always great. It's just a little weird to just sit there with a camera and talk into it without anyone to be chatting with.
Yeah, I can't believe I did it for a year now. I used to stream a lot, right, on my own.
You make a lot of money. We were talking about that last night. You could do an NPC stream.
Well, is that where they pretend to be an NPC character?
Yeah. It's where you sit there, you do like an idle animation until someone gifts you something, and then you do like, thank you for the berries.
Oh, that's still going?
Oh yeah. It's great. It makes a lot of money.
I don't like the world. I want to get off. End the stream. Done now.
All right. Thank you, guys. Have a great rest of your day. If you're coming to USP Meetup, I'll see you there. Otherwise, have a wonderful time and play some Mahjong and have fun. There are Twitch mimes now. But we're going. Goodbye, folks.
Bye.